Alright, hello everyone. What I have is a 1996 Ford Ranger pickup. It's 4-cylinder. And I don't have heat, so I'm going to try to flush out the heater core, versus thermostat or anything like that. And so I'm just getting started. Here's the heater core hoses. I don't know which one is which. I don't know which one is going into the heater and coming out. I'll figure that out, and then we'll continue this video. So after reading online, it seems like people flush the radiator core both directions. And so that's what I'm going to do. And I just got to remember how to hook them up, make sure they're hooked in the same spots when I put them back. What I'm going to do is, down here, there's the male part of this connector is coming out of the firewall, so I'm not going to disconnect here and put water in. I'm going to disconnect right down here, because the two hoses go in. I know you can't see that maybe. But the two hoses connect right there, and if I disconnect them there, then I can hook the water hose to this hose, right? Or not hook it to it, but at least make it easier than trying to put it in there. One other thing I was thinking about, just from a troubleshooting perspective, I'm going to go ahead and do this anyway. One, because I've never done it, and two, I don't have heat, but it seems to me that if you start your engine and let it run until it heats up, and both of these hoses were hot, then theoretically you should have fluid going through your heater core. I'm not going to do that, mostly because I don't want to wait for the truck to cool down. When I unhook these hoses, I don't want hot water coming out of there, or hot antifreeze, but it seems like that would be a pretty good troubleshooting method, but I'm going to go ahead and do this flush anyway. To make this job a little easier, I think I'm going to remove the breather hose. So I'm just going to take it loose right here where you replace the air filter. This little job just comes up from there, so I'm going to unhook that and then take the screw out and disconnect here, just to get all of this out of the way so I can get to everything easier. Probably don't have to do that, but maybe something to consider. I'm going to see if I can get a pair of pliers down in there, but the one in the back, looks like I need to get on the back side. We'll see. Yeah, so a whole lot more room if you just disconnect this guy from where you replace your air filter. And now you can see the two hoses that are running up to the firewall where I'm going to disconnect. And as typical of the guy that's doing this in his backyard, this is the only pair of channel locks I have, and they're too big. So I need to go find another pair. Or I hope I have another pair. Alright, so I got the clamps off down here, and what I had to do, or probably you too, if you don't have a clamp remover tool, I used a pair of channel locks, and you just squeeze these together, and it loosens the clamp, and then you just slide it up. Little suggestion, leave the clamps facing up on the hose like this, so it's easier to put back on. Whoever did mine, they left the clamps way in the back. It was kind of brutal. But anyway, once you have it loose, leave the clamps facing upward so they're easier to reach. Okay, I couldn't hold my phone and flush the core at the same time, but what I did, I literally just took this hose with two hands, obviously. I didn't turn it on full blast, just a little bit, and held it up against, it had pretty good water flow, but I held it up against here, like that. And initially, there was hardly any water coming out that other hose. After I let it sit here and flow for a moment, water started coming out, so that's a good sign for me. I'm really hoping this fixes my no heat problem. So after I ran it this way, I hooked the hose up to this one, did it the opposite direction. Like I said, it has pressure, but not blasting anything through there. Water started coming out here. It stopped for a moment, then it started flowing again. I did it again, both directions, just for S and G's, I guess. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to hook all this back up, and let's hope I have heat. All right, so we're all put back together. Got all the pieces on there, it looks like. Not missing anything. Don't forget to make sure you top off your antifreeze or fluid or whatever, because you did lose some in the heater core, out of the heater core. This is a cold fill. I'm probably going to add a little bit more later, but just a reminder. you did lose some if you do this operation. So I got everything back in place, and I'm going to fire it up and see what happens. Wish me luck. So I felt both of the hoses, and they're both warm. That's a good sign. But obviously, let's wait till the temperature of the vehicle raises some. Seems like I can feel some heat, but yeah, I think this is going to work. I'm feeling some heat, but like I said, wait until your temperature gauge gets normal operating temperature. And with the temperature up, that's not normal operating. Seems like it's about a quarter way up. We have heat. This is awesome. I love doing something to have it work out for a change. But so the next things we're going to work on in this old pickup, this 96 Ford Ranger, my gas gauge doesn't work and the odometer quit working. So that's all in this instrument cluster. Fuel gauge could be in the tank. I hope not, but we'll see what happens. But mission accomplished. We have heat by flushing the radiator. I hope this helps you guys.